It represents a fundamental shift in how one approaches fashion, emphasizing quality, timelessness, and confidence over fleeting trends and logos. This concept forms the foundation of dressing like wealthy women because it teaches us that true elegance stems from thoughtful choices rather than price tags alone. Wealthy women typically invest in pieces that reflect their personal style while maintaining an air of understated sophistication that transcends seasonal fads. The significance of grasping this essence cannot be overstated when attempting to emulate affluent style. It prevents common mistakes like over-accessorizing or relying too heavily on visible branding, which often signals trying too hard rather than genuine refinement. Understanding this foundation allows anyone, regardless of budget, to make strategic choices that elevate their entire wardrobe and presence. Consider how women like Amal Clooney or Princess Catherine approach fashion. They consistently choose well-tailored, classic pieces in neutral colors that complement their body types perfectly. A simple cashmere sweater paired with tailored trousers and quality leather loafers creates more impact than an outfit covered in logos. Similarly, French women have long exemplified this principle, building capsule wardrobes around versatile, high-quality basics that mix effortlessly together. However, this concept faces certain challenges and controversies. Critics argue that promoting wealthy aesthetics perpetuates class divisions and makes fashion inaccessible to average consumers. Others contend that the emphasis on looking wealthy can feel inauthentic or pretentious, particularly when one's actual financial situation differs dramatically. Additionally, some fashion enthusiasts believe that strict adherence to classic elegance stifles creativity and personal expression. Despite these concerns, understanding wealthy style essence directly influences every other aspect of dressing affluently. It informs fabric choices, guiding you toward natural fibers like silk, wool, and cotton. It affects color selection, typically favoring sophisticated neutrals and subtle patterns. This foundational knowledge shapes how you assess fit and tailoring, emphasizing the importance of properly fitted garments over designer names. Ultimately, mastering this essence creates a cohesive approach where each wardrobe decision reinforces an image of quiet confidence and refined taste, which is precisely what distinguishes truly wealthy dressers from those simply wearing expensive clothes. The concept of dressing like wealthy women isn't about copying expensive labels or maxing out credit cards on designer pieces. Rather, it centers on understanding the psychology and strategy behind how affluent women approach their wardrobes. At its core, this approach emphasizes quality over quantity, timeless style over fleeting trends, and intentional curation rather than impulsive shopping. The significance lies in recognizing that true elegance comes from confidence, fit, and cohesion rather than visible price tags. Wealthy women typically invest in foundational pieces that serve multiple purposes. For instance, a well-tailored blazer in a neutral color can transition from business meetings to dinner events, paired with different accessories each time. Similarly, a classic trench coat or quality leather handbag becomes a decade-long companion rather than a seasonal purchase. These women understand cost per wear calculations, where a $500 coat worn 100 times proves more economical than five $100 coats worn twice each. Fashion experts consistently emphasize that wealthy dressing is characterized by impeccable fit and attention to detail. A $50 dress that's been professionally tailored often looks more expensive than an ill-fitting designer piece. This approach also extends to maintenance-wealthy women invest in proper garment care, shoe repairs, and regular closet editing. However, this philosophy faces criticism from those who argue it's classist or inaccessible to average consumers. Some contend that emphasizing looking rich perpetuates unhealthy status obsession and materialism. Others point out that thrifting and fast fashion allow people to experiment with style without financial strain, arguing that personal expression shouldn't require substantial investment. This foundational understanding connects to every other aspect of dressing well. It influences fabric choices, color palette decisions, accessory selection, and even body language. When you invest in fewer better pieces, you naturally become more mindful about styling, care, and presentation. The confidence that comes from knowing your clothes fit well and suit your lifestyle radiates outward, creating that intangible quality often associated with wealth. Ultimately, this approach teaches that appearing polished and prosperous is less about money spent and more about intentional choices, proper maintenance, and understanding what truly flatters your individual body and lifestyle. Investing in quality fabrics and timeless pieces represents a fundamental shift from quantity-based shopping to value-driven wardrobe building. This approach means selecting garments made from superior materials like silk, cashmere, fine wool, and high-grade cotton, while choosing classic designs that transcend seasonal trends. The concept centers on purchasing fewer items at higher price points that will last years, rather than accumulating numerous cheap pieces that deteriorate quickly. This strategy is crucial to achieving a wealthy aesthetic because truly affluent individuals understand that quality is immediately visible in how fabric drapes, holds its shape, and ages gracefully. A well-made cashmere sweater or tailored wool blazer communicates refinement in ways that synthetic alternatives simply cannot replicate, regardless of styling. This investment approach also proves more economical long-term, as quality pieces require less frequent replacement. Consider a classic Breton-striped shirt in fine cotton jersey versus a polyester version from a fast fashion retailer. The quality piece will maintain its shape after dozens of washes, with colors remaining vibrant and fabric staying soft. Similarly, a simple black wool coat with excellent construction can serve as a wardrobe cornerstone for a decade or more, while a cheaper alternative might pill, lose shape, or show wear within a single season. However, this approach faces legitimate challenges. The high upfront costs create significant barriers for many people, making this advice seem exclusionary or out of touch with financial realities. Critics argue that promoting expensive clothing perpetuates class divisions and ignores systemic economic inequalities. Additionally, determining true quality requires knowledge and experience that many shoppers lack, leading to potential exploitation by brands that charge premium prices without delivering genuine quality. This investment philosophy directly influences every other aspect of dressing wealthy. Quality basics provide the foundation for building a cohesive wardrobe, making accessorizing more effective and ensuring that grooming and presentation efforts aren't undermined by poor quality clothing. When garments fit well and use beautiful fabrics, even simple outfits appear polished and intentional. This approach also encourages more sustainable consumption patterns, aligning with the increasingly important environmental consciousness associated with modern luxury. Ultimately, mastering fabric quality and timeless selection transforms wardrobes from collections of clothing into carefully curated expressions of personal style. The foundation of dressing like wealthy women lies in understanding that true luxury isn't about displaying logos or wearing the most expensive items, but rather about investing in quality pieces that stand the test of time. This concept centers on building a capsket wardrobe of well-made, classic garments in neutral colors and timeless silhouettes that can be mixed and matched effortlessly. The significance of this approach is that it creates an appearance of effortless elegance while actually being more economical in the long run, as quality pieces last years rather than seasons. Consider how wealthy women often gravitate toward brands known for craftsmanship rather than flashy designs. A well-tailored blazer from a reputable manufacturer or a perfectly fitted pair of trousers in premium fabric will always look more sophisticated than trendy fast fashion pieces covered in logos. For instance, a simple cashmere sweater in camel or navy can be dressed up or down for countless occasions, while a well-constructed leather handbag in a classic shape becomes more beautiful with age rather than looking dated after one season. Fashion experts consistently emphasize that wealthy individuals understand the cost-per-wear principle, choosing items they'll wear repeatedly over years rather than impulse purchases. This mindset shift challenges the common misconception that looking expensive requires spending enormous amounts constantly. However, there's controversy around this approach, as some argue it promotes exclusivity and creates unrealistic standards for those with limited budgets. Critics point out that emphasizing quality over quantity can still be financially prohibitive for many people, potentially making fashion advice feel inaccessible. Additionally, some view the pursuit of looking wealthy as problematic, promoting materialism over substance. This foundation directly connects to other essential aspects of dressing well, including understanding proper fit, maintaining garments carefully, and developing personal style confidence. When you invest in quality basics, you create a framework that makes accessorizing and adding statement pieces more impactful. The neutral, timeless foundation allows for creativity while maintaining sophistication, and proper care of these investment pieces ensures they retain their value and appearance, further reinforcing that polished, affluent aesthetic that transcends temporary trends and creates lasting style.